go to Parliament and change the law. Okay. Our next conversation is about insurance, right?
Yep.
And we have had a conversation with the Association of Insurers of Kenya that represents the underwriters. And then they told us that the people who we deal with on a daily basis are the insurance brokers. Now we have the chairman of the Association of the Insurance Brokers of Kenya, who was recently elected the president of the brokers in East Africa. He's a big man. He's John Lagat. Good morning, Your Excellency, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Karibu sana. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
You have a lot to take us through, to teach us about insurance. But first, Janet is going to give you a quote. Words that were said by somebody, and let's see what they mean to you today.
Right. Absolutely. These were said by Yvonne Adhiambo Owor. She's a Kenyan author and a well-known Kenyan storyteller. And she once said, "We keep mistaking performance for progress. We keep mistaking performance for progress." What comes to mind when you hear that? When you hear "we"? Is there a certain group of people or a certain industry that comes to mind? We keep mistaking performance for progress.
Well, we means a lot. It can be, various industries.
Yeah.
Including us, insurance. Yes.
But insurers are progressive, huh?
It's progressive.
There's no performance.
Yes, but performance also is measured, because if you do not deliver on what you promised, then that's where we have a challenge. Yes.
Wow, so it's balancing performance and progress.
Correct.
Okay. I feel like I want to get into a lot of conversations, especially around insurance penetration.
Yes.
And I think I was saying that to the two of you earlier.
Yes.
You know, just I think there's about 12 million, if I'm not mistaken.
So
12 million.
It's less than 3%. Let's just say.
Yes. No, 12 million, I think, people who have insurance,
Yes.
but only 20% of that, or 20% of them understand. So you have your insurance cover, and maybe Mr. Lagat can attest to this.
Yes.
But how
Many
know
have
what
it, but how many understand? Do you sometimes get worried or exhausted when people keep saying, insurance fine print is too much, it's too much? Or are you like, no, I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
The fine print is too technical. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we understand. What is key is to improve literacy. Because I think the challenge we have in the market is where people do not understand how insurance operates. They don't even understand what they are bought. So what we emphasize is literacy, so that people are able to understand how insurance operates. They are able to understand what kind of a policy have they bought. So once you understand the policy and you understand even how it operates, it makes now your journey joyous. Yes, if you do not, then there'll be a lot
It'll be
of
difficult.
And that's why that notion of insurance are not correct. We are not good people. They are good men.
They're not good people.
Yes.
What's the insurance penetration like?
Well,
at the
currently
moment?
we are still below 3%, which has been there for a very, very long time. We are still below 3% of the GDP. Now, let me just maybe clarify. When we say penetration is less than 3%, it doesn't mean 3% of Kenyans are the ones who have insurance. It means our contribution to the GDP.
I see.
Currently, our contribution is around 400 billion in a year, approximately. And our GDP is almost in the range of 15 to 16 trillion. So that is what we talk now about, that our contribution to the GDP is below 3%.
And it should be? Ideally?
Well, global average is 7%. Africa is between 3 and 4%. So we are not doing badly. I think we are that in Africa. Yes.
But I'm sure you'd want us to be at least 5.
Yes, correctly. Certainly we need to improve beyond there. And that is why if you check even how the market is responding, particularly this year, they have come up now with new products, microinsurance, that can penetrate into the lower cadre of the society. So we are trying to bring, because initially we were only targeting the middle class and the upper class. But now it is important that we even go to the lower levels.
Oh, that's microinsurance.
Yes,
Is that where it's
microinsurance.
coming
Yes,
from?
yes.
What are the 1 or 2 factors that you would say are keeping us from that? I know you said we're 3%, ideally 5, 6%. What are the 1 or 2 factors top of mind that you think are holding us back from?
Well, it's the economy. There's the general state of the economy, because what a policyholder would be looking at is the cost of insurance. So when you have now maybe few coins in your pocket, you'll likely consider other essential necessities in your life. Insurance almost comes to the last item in your spending list. So our state of economy still is still low. People don't have money in their pockets, so that is one factor. Two is again the literacy levels. People have not understood what insurance is and why they need it. Some assume insurance is a luxury, but I want to clarify it is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It's a necessity because you need to have peace of mind. You need to cover your assets in case of any uncertainties. And remember, in life, generally, we face a lot of accidents, a lot of calamities, a lot of uncertainties in life. So it's only a prudent person that would actually consider having insurance so that in the event of any uncertainty coming in, then you are cushioned and you are brought back to the same position. Now, you have a very nice building here. I don't know if the nation managers are not thought of ensuring this building and comes down, you can imagine what it will do to the economy of the country. Yeah. So it is important that we improve on literacy. So those two are, in my view, key.
Okay.
Yes.
I have let me start with two questions.
Yes.
One, you said, insurance penetration less than 3%.
Yes.
That means that insurance contributes less than 3% to our economy.
Yes.
But do we have figures of now how many Kenyans actually have access to some form of insurance outside of the Social Health Authority, which is mandatory, but they have access to any other form of insurance?
Well, it's still low. We still take it that like 30% of Kenyans have some form of insurance. And in most cases, most Kenyans would have what we call compulsory insurance. You will not have Kenyans now having the other form of insurance. They will have compulsory insurance, for example, motor insurance. So anyone who buys a car because it's compulsory, then they have it. Now, I'm worried if it was not compulsory, there's a likelihood that most Kenyans would not be having insurance. So it starts from there that anyone who has a motor vehicle would likely be having a form of insurance. And then, in terms of motor vehicles, those who have motor vehicles, we are still around 1.5 or so million Kenyans.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So bado ni kidogo.
Bado ni kidogo.
Then you said, you know what, insurance isn't a luxury. Convince the African in me, outside of health insurance,
Yes.
which you can see very clearly. Motor vehicle insurance, the government has mandated. Outside of the yes. Convince
now
Kenyans why insurance is not a luxury.
I'll use an example of Latif. Latif has worked hard for many years. By God's blessings, he's bought a house. I don't know whether we've considered that even if I was to happen to that house, Latif, that you'll start from zero. Because that is a possibility.
That's what would happen.
That your assets actually would go down and you start from zero. So what we need to ask ourselves is, are we willing to start from zero in the event of any calamity? And the answer is no. You would want to progress from where you are. So that's why it's important that if you have an asset that you value, it is important to insure it. So that in the event of an accident or it being destroyed, you can be brought back to where you are so that you are able to move on with your life. Otherwise, if you leave it like that, then we all start from zero, and that will affect now the incomes of communities. Two, without insurance also, I will tell you, even in terms of credit, there would be no institution that would want to lend to you if they are not sure that what they are lending to you or what you bought is safeguarded. So that's why insurance will still be important, even in an African setup. But for me, the idea is you do not want to go back to zero from where you are. You would want to progress. You would not want any calamities coming and they destroy you. Well, let's maybe a very bad example. When we had the riots, maybe in last year, and most businesses, innocent businesses were destroyed because of riots and all that. I want us to imagine those mamambogas, those kiosk vendors whose businesses were destroyed, brought to zero. But those who had insurance were lucky; they were able to pick up and open the next shop in the next mall, and they continued, driving. So for us, we are saying insurance is a necessity. It's a necessity that we need people to understand, and we need to remove this myth that people think insurance is expensive. The fraction you pay in terms of premium on what you insure is a small fraction, slightly less than 10% of the value of what you're having. So insurance is still necessary. So I hope I've convinced you.
Maybe it needs to be sold differently.
Still
Yes.
going.
It has a lot of work to be done. I wanted to come and tell you, John, I think one of the third thing that you would need to talk about as an impediment, cost of insurance is one, yes, the awareness, literacy levels. The third one, culture.
Yes.
You've talked about those negative things.
I was just about to say.
As you're saying that, we're all thinking, why
Kuna mtu anasema,
tema ya mate. We do not want to think about a negative thing happening.
Yes.
In any way, right? We say touch wood, we say kwa bahati mbaya hiki happen, tema your mate, why are you saying that? Why are you saying something like that? So how do you overcome that? Because that's a serious barrier. We are socialized to not think of the bad things happening.
Now, that is true. But it is important that we come out of it because they do happen.
Yes.
Every day, even when you watch the media, bad things are happening. They may not be happening to you, but at some point, it may come to you. So we should not have this attitude that says we should not think of bad omens or bad things happening. We are still on earth. We are not in heaven at the moment. So here on earth, there are many temptations. There are many issues, accidents, bad people, thieves, and all that. So we must be able to, again, come to that realization that it could happen to me. It could happen to me. So since it could happen to me, it is good to safeguard it. It's good to safeguard it so that you are safe. Otherwise,
ahead of it.
Yeah, you think ahead of it and you become prudent. Otherwise, if you leave it God is for all of us. And I'm a believer, by the way. So we believe God will protect us. But at some point, it could happen. And it would happen to me or you, Janet.
I'm trying to think of a language. I know you're about to come in. I'm just thinking of a language that we could...
You could use.
Because I was saying this, I think, to Mariam the other day.
Yes.
It's why we don't write wills.
Yes.
It's very problematic.
Yes.
But even me in my big age, it's only now that I'm starting to be like, oh yeah,
it's important
a will.
Yes.
So to Eric's point, it's a culture thing. So I think even the conversations and how we sell or pitch insurance, something to think about. Just
and that is what even traditionally, it made our insurance not palatable to the Kenyan people because we were starting from the negative aspect that, if you die, what will happen? So we are coming out of that now and telling people, please, it's good you become a prudent person. The people you love, once you are not there, are they able to survive properly? You don't leave gaps in your life. So it is important.
How is that being done? John, I'm going to be very brutal with you today, and I apologize.
Welcome.
But I think that the insurance industry in this country is lazy, completely so. And this is why. Because you have not done a lot of work in selling insurance, like you are challenging just right now from Mariam, and even just creating that positive conversation and perception around insurance. The insurance sector in this country has solely relied and largely relied on the law to make money. The law will force me when I buy a car and I buy a motor vehicle to come to you to insure. The law will force me if I have employees, I'll have to have some sort of, policy for them. The law will force me to do some of these things. So you have relied largely
on the law.
On the law. And that's why penetration on these others, like the life and others, is not as high. What is the insurance sector doing to change that, to widen the scope so that you can tap more people and change the conversation around it?
Now, one of the challenges that we had initially was the cost of doing campaigns and even literacy. But what we've done currently, including what we are doing today, you can imagine how many people we are speaking to this morning. We are trying now to improve literacy by telling people what insurance does and by telling people the importance of having insurance. One of the things that we are doing now is we are using the social media. You realize most of the Kenyans now, by God's grace, they have even a phone, smartphone. So if you go to smartphone, you will find a lot of apps that have come up there and that explains about insurance. The regulator also, the Insurance Regulatory Authority, who has the key mandate of promoting insurance in the country, they have been doing public campaigns. They have been going to counties. They have been talking to various people. What the regulator also did a few years ago through the College of Insurance was to train 100 people, a minimum of 100 people in every county young people, so that these young people, because they come from those areas, they're able to explain to their neighbors what insurance is and how it operates. So we did what we call it was called ECOP program for the young people. So in each and every county now we have experts who can talk about insurance. Now, one other thing that has come up at the moment, we got what we call Insurance Professional Act to mitigate on this issue of fraud, because initially members of public were getting these problems that maybe somebody did not sell to me the right insurance. There was some extortion, there was some misrepresentation. That now we've healed it. So the Insurance Professional Act regulates all the practitioners in the insurance sector. They are registered there, and they are able now, you can even discipline them when there is an issue. Initially, each insurance company had their own agents that would sell what they, and the main thing they were doing was to close a sale. So we are saying, yes, it is important to close a sale, but it is important also for the buyer of the policy to understand what they are buying.
Yeah.
Yes, so that there is no
misunderstanding. I know at some point we'll go into now the actual terms and fine print.
Yes.
Claims being denied, people catch feelings because it's like, I don't understand. So at some point I think, we need to get into the most misunderstood policy aspects of insurance. But I think going back to what Eric is saying about how it's sold, okay, I hear you, it's almost like you've raised and trained champions, the ECOP program. But still, in terms of the language, is that something that you're still grappling with? Because you could have young, brilliant people selling, but it could still sound so technical and more than that, out of touch. I just wonder whether you're also trying to navigate what kind of language and tone to use, what kind of champions to use, whether it's, I don't say influencers, but whether it's people who can talk about it like a lived experience as opposed to a product. Because I think, for me, that's where I see as the challenge. Like you're selling it to me, but you're not helping me see it as a lived experience.
Now, that is the essence actually of training of the ECOP graduates. The idea was to have local people to understand insurance so that they're able to explain in their local language. One of the things we've done is to simplify a policy document, which is a contract of insurance. So we've simplified in a way that people are able to read and interpret. And then, so we are using now these young people, they would be agents, some would have become agents, some in the kind of intermediaries, to explain to the members of public the basic of this insurance they are buying. So in my view is that we have simplified the language. We are even using vernacular radio stations and media houses, to be able to explain to the local mwananchi the issues of insurance. So in our hope is that there will be a lot of literacy among the population, and in turn they will be able to buy. But as I've also told you, what is key is also to improve the economy. Because if the economy does not improve, and even the person would want to buy insurance, but they have no extra funds in their pockets, then it still becomes a challenge. So the idea is, let's improve the economy. All of us, we grow the economy. Once the economy grows, then eventually we have, a lot of people coming into the insurance net.
This policies as low, I think, the Business Daily headline a few weeks ago was on policies that can go for up to 20, 30 bob a day that you're paying. And then that was one, mind-blowing. What I know what fed into this, it's obviously the fact that a lot of people don't have, monthly income so that they can be contributing monthly or yearly. They are making something per day, right? So that was part of the reasoning. But exactly what protections do you, if I'm contributing 10, 20 bob, 30 bob a day to my policy, what kind of cover does that give me? What is available with that? And is it still good insurance, or is it almost like a mini cover? You know what I mean?
Like a by the way cover.
Not by the way. I mean, we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. So by us, developing products that you can pay in terms of installments, maybe daily, weekly, monthly, or annually, you are again giving this policyholder an avenue of of how they can easily access the products. Now, it may be basic product, but it will be basic maybe for the first year. Then the second year, we now give you the reasons why you need to improve it a little bit, and you pay something slightly more. Why we were coming now with those micro insurance products was to enable the local person to pay in small bits, as you've clearly put. But our idea is, let's start somewhere. SHA is a good way that if you saw now, when SHA was registering, we have a number of people now have come into the net. So what does that mean? When many people come into the net, at some point, yes, they will see the challenges maybe in SHA, and we hope it works out very well. But this person who has enjoyed the benefit of SHA would likely go for another secondary cover in terms of his or a medical. One thing that I will also tell you that most Kenyans, and I know we've been encouraging young people for this diaspora migration, they go and look for jobs somewhere. But you've also seen parents that their children have died abroad and they are crying they cannot bring them back. Now, we're having products, insurance products, that you can pay maybe as little as 5,000 shillings. And in the event that this person who is maybe in Qatar or any other country dies, you have a product that can bring back the remains into the country. So in a nutshell, I'm saying we have products that can cover an area of the population. The only problem now is maybe we've not done very well to disseminate,
sensitize.
And sensitize
you have
existence.
That was a morbid pitch.
Now you have evangelists.
Right, I was like, hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I saw there was one, I don't know in which country, that people had to fundraise.
Yeah.
And it takes time.
It always happens
We
that
do
way.
also fundraising, you remember, even in funerals.
Yep.
If you go to your WhatsApp messages, you would see you are every week in 2 or 3 groups. But if we were told our people, you can pay 2,000 shillings and get a funeral cover of 100,000. And they are there. Many insurance companies are offering that.
Yeah.
So you pay 2,000 premium for your family members and you get 100,000 to bury the loved one. Instead of now us having a situation where a body is kept in the mortuary for a month or 2 while we fundraise.
I like the way this insurance conversation has gone straight to funeral.
Yes.
Death.
No,
Because
I'm just giving.
no. I'm just joking. It's because it's inevitable.
Yes.
But I hear you, and you're making a very practical appeal for people, because you don't want to leave your loved ones in disarray.
Yes.
We have to take a break. There's a few people who have some questions online as well. Somebody's talking about the claims process being so complex. Somebody else is saying that that you need to come up with schemes that assure those that may not get into a calamity, some level of refund. So we'll come back and talk about some of the common policy misunderstandings and fine print and answer some of these questions as well. It's coming up to 8:30. We have President of the East Africa Insurance Brokers Association, John Lagat, talking about insurance fine print. We'll also answer some of your questions in just a moment.
Hello, my name is Brian Onyango. I'm a Christian coordinator at a prominent religious organization and a founder of Neema Foundation for Hope. I'm also CEO there, and I'm currently studying leadership at Pan-Africa Christian University and also pursuing criminal law at Daystar University. So my passion is centered on youth empowerment and community development, transformation of leadership, through Neema Foundation, and also through this I've had opportunity through working in high schools and colleges, speaking to them on leadership and also transformation. Through this I've gotten the opportunity to lead the initiative that create positive social change that inspire also young people in the community and to take responsibility into their future. Apart from this, I believe that when youths and women are empowered, the entire community are transformed.
You're absolutely
right, Brian. That's our fixer there. You're right. When young people, women, when the society is empowered, we see real change. And thank you so much for that WhatsApp Nation video. Also very proud of you and what you're doing with Neema, with your double major, with your yani unafanya mambo mobo ni fixer. Yeah, kabisa. Yani you have 26 hours in a day, kama sisi kuna 24. But thank you so much for sending us that WhatsApp Nation video. 0112 500 400 is the number to dial and send yours to 0112 500 400. Be sure to put your phone in landscape, nice and flat. Tell us who you are and what you're doing to fix the nation. You could, for example, say, my name is John Lagat, and my bit in fixing the nation is ensuring that Kenyans have insurance literacy. They have an understanding of how insurance should work for them, and of course that their uptake of insurance in Kenya increases. Send it to 0112 500 400.
Alrighty, some of the feedback before we get into what we were talking about in the break, just the different terminologies, the different roles, broker, agent, etc. Bakari Sagna said, claims process has become so complex that policyholders often need a lawyer. Is it feasible for insurance companies to both lower premiums and improve efficiency of claims settlement? The other ones are Waithanji Mbogo. Insurance companies need to come up with schemes that assure those that may not get into a calamity, some level of refund may be done. Many will end up taking it up. Finally, still Mike the One says, insurance companies will sweet talk you to get their cover. Wait until you need their immediate response. It's a D for dust.
Agreed. Let me start with, you're a D for dust tutakuja, because we need to talk about
you talk about some things.
Rejection. What Waithanji had said, when you don't get into the calamities or needing to use the insurance, you should get some sort of refund. I've seen some, like attempts at it in Kenya. For example, I think there was a specific insurer that was targeting women who don't get any insurance claims in a year, then your premium reduces the next year.
Correct.
I don't know if I'm imagining
Correct.
it. It was there, right?
That's how it operates.
Okay.
It's law.
Yes.
Oh.
No, it's not law. It's good business practice. That if I'm insuring you, and for that year goes and you have no calamity, then the subsequent renewal, you'll definitely get a discount on your premium rating.
Up to?
Well, depending on performance. You know, there are many factors that determine the cost of premium. Many factors. The claims experience is one of it, and it's a key one. But two, we are also talking of inflation. You know, in a country, that also comes into it. And then the nature of the risk that you are covering would also determine the premium. But I agree with the sentiments of that customer who has SMS'd. It is true, when you do not claim, you will definitely get a discount. And your insurers will do that. They will always give you a discount at the end of the year.
How about
yes.
getting some money back? What's a discount here the next year? But getting some more than...
It's the same thing what we are saying. It's the same thing. We would either give you money, but why do we want to give you money when you will again in the next 2-3
Need
days
the insurance
ask you
again.
to pay?
So
what you are saying...
So refunds are not possible.
So you sort of like view it as, yes, it's an insurance, but it's also a savings sort of.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes.
So that if I know I'm insuring this phone, for instance, and the premium is, say, 10K.
Yes.
And I do not make a claim in that year.
Yes.
So there's the discount, yes. But I can also look at this 10,000 I put there.
Yes.
I can actually get my 6,000 back.
Well,
out of this. I did not make a claim, John.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So I can give you the 4 bob.
Yes.
To me for administration, to me kulipa watu wengine, but give me back 6 bob.
Generally, and you are right, the way you've done, the way insurance operates is that the 4 of us will contribute some money into a pool, into a kitty. In the hope that if one of us gets a claim, we use the same money to compensate that. And it happened even in African culture, where I came from, my village. If your house gets burned, all the neighbors would come with the
materials.
Building materials to assist you, get back your house. So that's how also insurance operates. So if we all contribute and Janet gets a claim, then we use the same money to pay Janet. Now, whatever is left from what we paid Janet is what we are now saying. Since the rest of us did not claim, we are giving you a discount. So that then subsequent renewal, you pay slightly less than what you would have ordinarily paid. So that's how we operate.
I know.
Yes.
I hear you.
But you see what you are saying.
I just
is,
want to move it because I know the discounts will never be more than 10%. It'll never hit 10%.
But what it
It'll
will
be
also,
a single-digit discount.
What it will also save you is that you
10,000 shillings.
You may like those discounts. You may likely maintain the same basic rate for many years, as opposed to someone who is claiming. Because someone who is claiming in the subsequent year will likely load the premium slightly higher.
Which
Yes.
now brings the question of why am I being punished for using the thing that you told me to use? You said get insurance, it'll protect you against these eventualities
Yes.
that may happen. I got the insurance, then the thing happened, I claimed for it. Okay, now you're charging me more because the thing that you said might happen happened.
Now,
Or denying me all the same.
No, we are not denying you. We are saying we have compensated you for what we promised you.
Yes.
But what has that done to us? You had paid us 5,000. We paid you 500,000. So we've collected money from all the other contributors to the pool to pay you. So should we then allow you to continue paying 5,000 and you are likely to have another claim?
No.
That will make us go into a loss.
It's like now you're blaming me.
No, I'm not blaming you.
For the force of nature happening.
no.
Yeah.
My house caught fire.
The basic reason
flood
why
came.
The basic reason of why we took insurance at inception was on the assumption
Yes.
that calamity may likely occur.
Calamity.
Yes. Or that disaster, or that loss.
Yes.
Now that loss has occurred.
Not I did not make the calamity occur.
No, you did
The
not.
calamity
You are,
occurred.
yes, but it occurred. Now there are many factors that will maybe make the risk occur. Some could be natural, some could be our own contribution. Maybe we don't maintain the asset as it should be. There are many reasons that can make the calamity occur. So what we are saying, we don't want to make a loss. We want to continue being in business. And I've used a very good example. If all of us four have contributed and we are paying for him, then it is only right that we tell him next year, please contribute more so that in the event that another person gets the same calamity with you, we still have money to compensate. Otherwise, if you say you are not increasing, then it means the next claimant, you will not have any money to pay them.
Okay.
Yes.
How do you feel about claims?
Mariam, do you see the sense? Because I don't.
I think
Yes.
the pool still exists.
Yes.
You'll still collect. If it was 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, if Jano claims this year,
Yes.
that's okay. We've paid her 500.
Yes.
That's okay. You're still claiming the 5,000 from all of us. She'll still come again and pay 5,000.
Yes.
Even without increasing. If it's Eric or me who claims the next time,
Yes.
that pool of money still it still exists and you still collect it from Jano.
You see,
Now
but
John
the likelihood
wants
is
Jano
that
to contribute 6,000 next
we'll
year.
have depleted the same pool. So we need to bring it back to where if Jano or Eric gets another claim, we have money to pay them.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me ask you, in Kenya, the term broker has a negative connotation.
Yeah, it does actually.
That's.
Broker. Huyu mtu anataka kuosha.
I never thought of it that way, but the moment you hear it, red flags.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And now,
it is
as
something.
insurance brokers,
it's a double-edged sword.
It is something that in Kenya we've thought about it, but internationally, the term broker is a distinguished career. It is a good profession. Broker, in our understanding, is not the broker, the one. I'm not saying the land or cow brokers are bad, but in any sector, they would be good and bad people. So even when you talk about broker, they would be bad. But let me just maybe clarify what a broker is. An insurance broker is an intermediary that will connect Eric with an insurance company called Janet. Yes. Now, why do you need a broker? This broker is a professional. It's a professional who has all the information on how insurance operates. So they will be able to understand your risk. Once having assessed your risk and understood what you are looking for, they will look for an underwriter who will actually be able to cover you for your risk. And many underwriters have various policies. So they would be able to shop for a good underwriter, get good rates for you. And then this broker, I know will be coming to the fine print, is the same one who will read the policy document for you, interpret the fine print, and make sure what you are buying meets actually your expectation.
Okay.
In other words, what I'm trying to say, the broker acts for you. So he acts for your best interest to make sure you buy the right policy for yourself.
Okay.
You are not exposed to them. I'll use an example maybe even in a court of law. I mean, when you have a case in a court of law, the judges are there, and there's nothing that prevents you from facing the judge directly.
Right.
Okay? You can face the judge and you may have your case. But the disadvantage about it is that you may not be able to bring out your facts properly, and you may end up in jail for a simple offense. So that's what also a broker does. A broker acts like your lawyer in front of a judge who is the insurance company. He's able to argue and say, I know Janet. Janet has this kind of risk, and in my view, I think it's a good risk to cover. And the insurance will now, price it using the actuaries. And that broker now interrogates what you are given, make sure you have the widest coverage possible with the least amount of premium. So that's what a broker does. If you go directly, you will still get the same cover, but you have no one to interpret for you the fine prints. You have no one to negotiate for you the kind of rates you will pay. But worse still, in the event you have a claim, you need somebody who will be running up and down so that you are busy producing here. And me as a broker, I'm able to run around the insurance
to make sure the claim is different from an agent.
Well, we are all intermediaries.
Okay.
An agent acts for an insurance company.
Okay.
A broker
Works for me.
works for you. You are right. I like now you got the sense. So a broker works for you. An agent works for an insurance company, and an agent represents the interest of an insurance company. A broker will represent your interest as the insured. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Lots of questions on fine print. The leading causes of claim denial.
Yes.
In Kenya, you can go either sector by sector or in general, why claims get denied and how consumers can protect themselves from claim denials.
Okay, but perhaps let me maybe say first basic things about insurance. An insurance is governed by a contract, and that contract is contained in a document called the policy document. The policy document would have several sections. It will have a first section where it talks about who is the insured. It will talk about the sum assured or the sum insured. It will talk about the dates, when the period of cover. It will also list the premium. It will say what premium you are supposed to pay. And then it will go to the second section where it will give conditions. How do that contract operate? So that you have conditions that you need to meet as the insured. And then it will also have a section where it has the meanings of terminologies used in the contract. So those meanings it means exactly what is indicated there. And then it will also give you what you call the claims process. How do you claim in the event you have a claim?
Right.
And then it will also give you what is covered and what is not covered. So that is important for a customer to know what is covered and not covered in the policy you bought. And then most contracts would have what we call arbitration or dispute resolution clause, so that in the event that you have a misunderstanding, you have a way of how you can solve it. So why most claims may be denied is, one, it starts from what do you feel in a policy document when you are buying insurance. So what you are buying needs to be captured properly in the policy document, so that you are able to understand what you bought, and even the other party, the insurer, is able to understand what you are buying. One of the main reasons why there is a lot of decline in claims is misrepresentation. One of the principles that we use in insurance is what we call utmost good faith. So our understanding is that by the time you are making a proposal to your insurance company to insure your policy, in the proposal form, they will ask you questions. The expectation is that you will come with clean hands and be able to answer the questions correctly and give information correctly. So should you make a mistake of misrepresenting, for example, maybe you are unwell, and then maybe you decide you want to hide, and at some point it is discovered that you are this condition before you came, that will lead to a ground for
That's a very common one.
Yes.
However, sometimes people are not aware that they have conditions. They are pre-existing conditions, yes, but you're not aware that you have it. So you find out after you've already gotten a cover, but you are not. It's not that you are hiding it from your insurer. You just genuinely didn't know you had it.
Now, most covers currently, we've enhanced it We've announced it that it can still cover some pre-existing, particularly the ones you do not know. So that if you are able to prove that you didn't know and you paid an extra premium for it, that will be covered. Unfortunately, if you do not, because in insurance, you know, it depends what you may buy, what we call comprehensive, third party or that. But in medical, you have what we call enhanced cover, you have basic cover. So if you have basic cover, then it doesn't matter if you didn't know, but it existed before, that will be declined. But if you had gone for an enhanced cover, and the broker will be able to advise you how to go about it. If you had gone for an enhanced cover, you'll be able to get it. But also what we are doing, our covers currently, like medical, we have a medical examination which we give for free after you pay premium. So at inception, you go for a medical checkup. It will give us your basic state of your health. So once we have your basic state of your health, we'll then be able to know when at that point our doctors will be able to advise that John has this condition, which you may not have known. So we do it. But even subsequently on renewals, we'll still be giving you a free annual checkup. So we'll be able to address those conditions early enough. And that's why if you see somebody who has been having a medical insurance for a long time, even if they get a chronic illness, it will actually be arrested at an early stage. And that person may have an opportunity to live longer. So that misrepresentation is a key factor.
But the assumption here is many times, from what people see, is that the insurance company will approach me as if I'm lying. Right? So they took my money in good faith, but when I'm coming to make a claim, they'll assume that I'm not coming in good faith. So they're asking me so many questions. I may forget to state some fact. I may assume that this fact is not important in this particular case. And then you come and find out that there's something that I did not tell you. And then you come and ask me, and I'm like, yeah. But then because I did not say it at that point, it becomes an issue. Why is it that we operate from that?
No, we don't operate from that. I've told you what governs us is the policy document. The policy document is derived from the initial proposal form you did submit to us. So when you make a claim, we'll be seeing how you answer the questions. And seeing how you answer the questions, we'll be able to detect. And majority of the cases actually are genuine. But if you'll have a few crooks who may penetrate. So in our assessment, we'll be able to detect that this claim, there's some non-disclosure, or there was non-disclosure from inception. So that's what we use. So we do not treat, that is now long gone. IRA has come with what we call treating the customer fairly. So initially we used to view you as
I want your money.
No, when you have a claim that is not genuine from inception. But that is now long gone. So we'll just be checking, basically, is what you covered and the cause of the disaster covered.
Sometimes it still feels like insurers are looking for a reason not to pay out the claim.
That's what it feels like.
That is a misconception. It's a misconception. When you, and I've told you, basically it's the policy. And that's why you need a broker to be able to interpret for you the policy. So when you come and you are able to document, and we are able to, for us is to prove that the loss you are claiming really occurred. Okay? The loss is also caused by what is covered. We have insurance a principle called the approximate cost. So the approximate cost must be covered. So once that is covered and we establish that is covered, then we seamlessly process your claim. Where now we are not clear, for example, we'll ask you for photos, maybe of an accident, and a few would maybe send photos. So if you send photos that when we look at it, and you are using now technology. Some people will realize they're saying I got a claim in Thika Road, but when the photo which has been shared with you, you'll realize it's Mulolongo. Then definitely that is a red flag. It will tell you this one.
Wait, quick one. A broker will cost me more, right?
No.
It should be the same. Okay.
The broker is remunerated by the insurance company.
The insurance company.
Yes, it is not from you. So you pay the same cost, but you will go for his remuneration. And our commission is guided by the Insurance Act. So
in everything you've just explained, I don't know whether you've explained how insurers can restore public trust.
The way we restore public trust is we will and this is what we are doing, we make sure we treat the customer fairly. Treating the customer fairly is from onboarding. From onboarding, we make sure we advise you correctly what you need to do. Even at the time you get a claim, we now walk the journey with you as a customer to make sure if it's a genuine claim, it is paid speedily. One of the things that you must give credit is the Insurance Act now has given even stipulation. The moment you submit all your documentation within 90 days, we should be able to pay. Now, gone are the days where we would take a year or two to compensate an individual. Nowadays, we make sure a claim which is genuine is paid within 90 days from the date you submit. And that's why you need a broker, so that from inception, even when you get a claim, they are able to list for you what documents you need to submit, and you see they will be prompting you on regular basis. Please, you've not submitted this, you've not done this. So once you submit your documentation as it's required by the policy, then you will be compensated. But one of the other issue we are saying, we have now mechanisms of redressing the customers who are not happy. If you are not happy, maybe your insurance company or your insurance broker has not assisted you to follow compensation, we have now the arbitration clauses in our policies, which you can approach the insurance company and get to understand why they have not paid. Should you not be satisfied, we have now an ombudsman who sits at the regulatory authority, the IRA, and is free of charge. So you will approach them and they will be able to listen to your case, see the policy document, and give guidance thereafter to say whether you are genuinely denied the claim, or then you should be paid. And they have given orders previously that this claim must be paid, and that has been done. So for me, I'm saying genuine claims are paid. But don't forget, we operate also in a sector where we have crooks. And I think those are the ones now who are louder enough, the genuine ones. The crooks may want to, make unjust earnings from insurance companies. So when we nab them, they are the ones who will be allowed to say this insurer did not pay. But they don't give you details
of why
it was not paid.
Yeah.
So they become louder, and I think that is where even the public now pick and say insurers are not. But if you go to the portal of IRA and see the amount of claims that have been settled, even in the last 1 year, you'll be amazed, and you'll actually confirm that insurance pays.
Consumer protection question.
Yes.
What happens if my insurer goes belly up? Walikuwa na ofisi leo, kesho hawana.
Yes. Now, we have also a regime in the regulatory environment, IRA. We are using what you call risk-based supervision. So every quarter, all insurance companies submit their data in terms of how my premium they have, how my claims are outstanding, and all that. So the regulator is able to check the performance of insurance companies. And that's why if you also check in the last 5 years, we do not have a lot of insurance companies that have gone under. The insurer, the regulator is able to take interventions at an early stage. But in the event that maybe it even goes under, we still have what we call the Policy Holders Compensation Fund, which is PCF. Now, that body will, pay the first amount, just like central bank in deposit protection. They will be able to compensate you. But the assurance I'm giving is that it is not possible, or currently it's not possible for your insurance broker to let you continue staying in a nailing insurance company. They will be able to advise you early enough, and you'll be safe. And if you check, even those customers who are caught mostly in one or few underwriters who go under, there is a likelihood they had gone direct. So they didn't have information. Like I think I got one customer who was driving an insurance with a sticker of a company that has been put under receivership. But when I asked him, it was clear he didn't have an insurance broker to guide him. But when you have an insurance broker and a company is put on receivership, they will be able to alert you and tell you, please,
immediately,
we have this problem. Can we get the next available cover for you? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. In fact, Amos Mbala is saying this is good. It's good insurance advocacy.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you for just shedding light on some of the things that are often misunderstood, or just how people feel.
Yes.
Because it can feel personal when you filed claims and you feel like you're getting the runaround. But thank you for coming to clarify.
But what we are doing also, just on that point, if, for example, you are aggrieved by your insurance company, please reach out. Our offices are available, Association of Insurance Brokers at the College of Insurance. Reach to us, write to us. We'll be able to assist you free of charge. We have our people, even our own insurance brokers, senior brokers, who can be able to mediate for you. So even I'm urging members of public who are insured, if you didn't have a broker, please, it's not lost. Come to us. We'll be able to work with you and see that you are compensated. Because the idea, we want each and every Kenyan to have a benefit of the money they are paid. So if you pay an insurance company, even if you didn't have a broker, come to us and we'll be able to assist you.
Thank you very much. John Lagat, Insurance Fine Print President. We said you're calling him His Excellency. President, East Africa Insurance Brokers Association. Next, we talk about the debt trap. We speak to Muthoni Njakwe, how to avoid those debt traps. It's coming up to 9 a.m. We'll come back and continue with that conversation.